'Cause I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is... Yeah, I don't like that line, you know? It's the only line I don't like, flicking a cigarette. How's it going, y'all? So, I've been a little busy this morning, so I haven't gotten around to doing this. I thought I'd give myself a little time to work. And we're going to do our reading now. So these are the items you're going to choose from. We've got the Wisdom of the Great Horned Owl. And we've got the New Zealand Penny with the Queen Mother. Actually, it's not the Queen Mother. Yeah, it is. It's the Queen Mother right now. She's lost a crystal, which is interesting. She's lost her crystal, and the crystal's down here. Isn't that funny? Wonder why they did it that way. Isn't that trippy? And we've got the Heart in the Woods with the rainbow balls attached to it. That's interesting. Oh, that's funny. We've got the Ocean Jasper with the Rhodonite and the Amethyst and the puka shells. This is me. All right, so what I'm going to do is you guys choose your items. I'm going to choose, well, I probably would have chosen this one, except for the fact that I'm Canadian. I'm not from New Zealand, so I'm going to choose my animal messenger. So I'll choose this one, and these two can stick together. All right, so let me put you guys down here. Down to, this is the message. Everything is just fine, fine, fine. 'Cause I got one hand in my pocket and the other one is giving a peace sign. They're saying playing the piano, but I like the peace sign line, and I gotta turn the song off. So I wanted to get that one up. My friend John, Scott and I were supposed to go to karaoke last night, and I didn't call him. I got tired and I was doing stuff, and so I'm gonna see if he wants to go later. Let me make sure I got my work line down, okay, because I don't want to be interrupted. It's my step niece birthday today. Happy birthday, Leah. Happy birthday, Leah. All right. Just had to say that. That just popped up all of a sudden. Okay, so what else? What do we want to talk about? I haven't been looking at the news, so I don't know what the fire's like because it just got too depressing, and I don't want the negative energy. I did a lot of, I woke up at 3:33 in the morning. Somebody needed me last night. I felt their energy, so I woke up literally at 3:33 on the dot. So I called in the archangels, I did Reiki healing, and then I sat there and I decided for myself, you know what, I don't want to be up all night like I've done, right? I was tired the other night. I didn't sleep at all. And here again, I did that. You know, I went to bed last night without working out because I thought I want to sleep. And I wake up at 3:33 because somebody needs me. So I thought, okay, there's your energy. I'll send out your healing for you, but I got to go. So I called on Archangel Michael and I said, hey, if there's any attachments to me that are like causing me to deal with stuff that I don't need to deal with, could you like help me rip them out right now? And then I just started to talk to myself and I said, I have very peaceful lucid dreams. I recall them easily and I sleep with ease. And it took me a little bit, but not long, and I did. I got back to sleep. So I'm balancing myself out. Remember what I said? This love is coming into me, and yes, I give love out to you guys, and to the ones that need me, but 3:30 in the morning, you wake me up. You know, I'll send you your healing Reiki energy and ask that you be protected, but then I got to go back to sleep and let you deal with your own stuff, right? So what I'm hearing right now is detach from the drama. Whoever's in drama, wish them well, see them doing well, but you keep yourself out of it and keep yourself busy doing what keeps your energy high. I'm gonna pick a couple decks from over here. Okay. We are today working with wow, this is interesting. I'm looking at my ex-step niece, right? That's her birthday. Well, my ex-niece, because it was my ex-husband's sister's child. So my ex-niece, not step-niece, my ex-niece. At the same time, it's the birthday of my daughter's baby daddy's cousin. That's interesting. X's on the same day. Huh. I wonder what that means. Okay. We're working with the mermaids, and we're working with the power animals. I like that. And we're working with, I'm going to do this slower. I mean, not slower. I was going to bring something else in here, and I've just decided, no, you're not, because it's too much work. And I want to give myself a little bit of slack. So those two messages are pretty good. So I think I'll work with the Grace cards. Those 3 decks. And I'm going to timestamp this if you guys want to run ahead. That's cool. No worries. What else did I have to tell you? I don't know. Can't think of it now. I just feel like relaxing, you know? I just feel like taking it easy. I've talked to, on my work line today, I talked to some of my oldest clients. Well, that's what I have to do today. I've got to update my, what are those things called when people, my testimonials. I always forget about promoting myself. So, while I'm giving you these last cards, my website is www.thewhispersofangels.com. And my email address is sherrycolumbus@yahoo.com. Please like and share these videos so the most people get the benefit of Spirit's messages. Also, if you would like to have any help with dream analysis or have a private reading, this would be a really good time for private readings, actually, because my energy is really calm and relaxed, and I'm inside, and I'm feeling really, the synchronicity overload was yesterday. That was crazy. Everything was just like, oh my God. But now I've got like all this, you know, I've got all this reservoir. It's like it all comes quickly, right? Boom, 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 boom. And you kind of have to sort it out. Processing time, right? So I've processed, and I'm in a really nice kind of peaceful state. I have to just checking to make sure it's, Lily didn't want in. She's outside and it's kind of warm. All right. So we're going to go, look at that, 7 minutes and 43 seconds. Proud of you, Sherry. We're going to go to the wise old owl. There's been a wise owl hooting at my window now for 6 nights in a row on a pony she named Wildfire. Remember that? That was my first 45 record when I was a kid. And I cried every time I listened to it because the pony, I wasn't worried about the girl dying. I was worried about the pony dying. I told you the animals were always my best friends, and I still get more upset about animals than I do humans. I don't know. It's just what it is. My heart's in the forest. What can I tell you? So, whoop. I don't know if we have a message about Wildfire. I wonder if we do. Oh, you know what's interesting is I pulled up, I think we do, because check it out. That just popped up. Oh, that's ridiculous. Use a rescue horse as a paint canvas? No, that's not cool. Because that is caustic. It goes into their skin. Look how beautiful. That's what popped up. Isn't that gorgeous? Yeah, and that's what you do? See what I mean? You watch me lose my shit when people do stuff to animals. Okay, so Wildfire. So I would listen to this song over and over and over, and my brother would be like, can you please? But he was in there listening to Led Zeppelin, Stairway to Heaven, over and over and over and over and over. Okay, so Michael Martin Murphey, what do we have to tell us about this song? How interesting. I can't pull up the lyrics. I mean, I could, but what popped up instead was the song meaning. So the lyrics are here. So she named the pony Wildfire, who stayed by her side. On a cold Nebraska night, they say she died one winter when there came a killing frost, and the pony she named Wildfire busted down a stall. In a blizzard she was lost. She ran calling Wildfire, Wildfire, Wildfire. By the dark of the moon I planted, but there came an early snow. There's been a hoot owl howling by my window now for 6 nights in a row. She's come looking for me, I know. And on Wildfire, we're both gonna go. We'll be riding Wildfire. I've got chills all over my entire body right now, you guys. Like, all over my body. She ran calling Wildfire. On Wildfire, we're going to ride her. We're going to leave sod bustin' behind. Get these hard times right out of our minds, riding Wildfire. It's interesting, I had a dream about that. The two guys riding ponies or horses in the field, remember? And the father came in and yelled to them, "Where's my daughter?" And the one guy said, she said she was coming. And he said, "The front door is open and she's gone into the storm." And he was angry at them. He said to that one, "You were supposed to care for her." I watched this before. Father angry at the one for allowing this one to leave unprotected. And I know for my own self, and I don't know what your mirror is, but I was meant to go into the storm. And this is what's happening. So what do they call them? What do they say the meaning is here? It's a story and a metaphor. So basically, life was hard where they lived. She's either the daughter, the wife, or the fiance of the singer, and he loved watching her on her horse. She was a vision of life and love, and she died and was never seen again. The horse ran away. It was spooked. The horse ran away and was spooked and never seen again because she died. This reminds me of what a story I told you about my daughter and my, wow, that just gave a message about my son and my daughter. How when she got hit and he thought she was dead, he disassociated from her. He would never let her back in because he thought she had died. It did something to him. So this is actually, this one is someone that he loved. And she died, and her horse, that was her best friend, was spooked and was never seen again. And then the other is by the dark of the moon, refers to when the moon is full. It's new again. And then it's the time you plant the crops, and the crops that are below the ground, potatoes, turnips, whatever that they planted at that time. The singer was following the farmer's almanac, but his crops were destroyed by the snow before he could harvest them. He lay there in his cold, empty house, knowing he would die of starvation that winter, as promised by the hoot owl outside his window, which in Native American lore meant death was coming. So he waited for her and Wildfire. Wildfire is a metaphor of something that takes you away from hard times. The song plays tribute to the bravery and hardships faced by our ancestors. So it's interesting because I said when the Great Wave was building along the coast, at the same time that was happening, there was a great fire that was burning through the valley. So this is about death and rebirth. Death was coming. The fire meant the death was coming. Remember I told you the Great Wave came, I saw it, and then the fires hit here. The fires would represent the death. So soon afterwards, there'll be the resurrection. So that's why the eyes are dark right now. We're in that death period. We're in that stasis, that kind of temporary lull between one period ending and another one beginning. Okay. Divine magic. Right on. Now, remember we speak about magic, and someone talked to me about magic and how they felt white magic was inappropriate, which they considered healing energy. This is spiritual magic. We call it magic because it seems supernatural. It is supernatural, and we don't understand how it can happen. But there are no boundaries from spirit. So here this mermaid sits on this rock. That's interesting. That was in my dream as well. I stood on the side of the mountain. And the fairy comes, and the fairy is telling her that. Just what we got in the song. Wildfire, it's going to take you away from the hard times. It's here. All the difficulties that have come. So right now, here's the full moon, right? After the full moon comes the new moon. But between the full moon and the new moon, there's this small gap. This is the time where you focus on yourself, you take care of yourself, you just relax. This is a contemplative time. The Spirit's letting you know right now that the situation that you're involved in has very, very positive magical energy around it. And you can expect miracles. And I like that, because when you can expect miracles, you can expect them. This isn't wishful thinking. This isn't pie in the sky. How interesting that I went, did I? Oh, I did. I was going to say, I thought I went backwards, but I didn't. Okay. So you want to pay attention right now, because this is her messenger coming forward. What is your messenger? I got my messenger today. I did a reading, actually, and it gave me a lot of messages, and I was musing out loud quite a bit, and I thought, no, there's some things that I just need to understand and not share. So I'm redoing the reading now. So I got a lot of information myself, and it came through my own reading. So it was by listening to my intuition, because I just followed how I was led, and it was really strange how my signs speak to me. So how do your signs speak to you? Spirit wants you to pay attention. They want you to realize that a gateway has opened. We've been shown that again and again with the number, the dime. I don't know where I put it, but there was a dime sitting here. We keep getting it. There's a gateway. So because something has ended, and now something else is going to begin. We are at this place right before the new moon, but something is going to begin new. And when the door opens for you, Spirit says go through it. So right now, it's about visualizing what you want, focusing upon your desires, right? And you need to be certain. You need to be clear. You need to be, you need to get clear. So if you don't know exactly what you want right now, that's what you're meant to be doing. You can ask Spirit for to show you if there is anything that you need to see that's been hidden, or anything that you've seen that maybe you've misunderstood, because a lot of us do when we're trying to figure our way through it, right? I'm like the cat who's feeling my way through everything, my sensory, right? So get clear on where it is that you're going, what it is that you want, and allow the guidance to come to you, because Spirit will come and they will show it to you when you ask them for help. And it's a good time for meditation. Stand your ground, boundaries. I like this a lot. I've been doing this recently. These people that keep coming to me as other people, it's not acceptable for me, so my boundaries are closed. I don't add people on Facebook. That's just a message to everyone. I just don't. It's about keeping your boundaries very clear. It's about knowing also where you end and where another begins, so you respect others' boundaries as well. I'm upset right now. The bears are being shot. They're allowing people to go into their dens and shoot them while they're sleeping. So now think about that. If somebody is in meditation right now, and I'm getting ringing in my right ear, I knew I would get that. That's from the light. That's not the light side. It's coming from the right. So while somebody is in their introspective space, don't shoot arrows at them like words. Don't shoot. Leave them alone. They're processing. They're meditating. They're trying to figure things out. When they figure things out, they're working with what they have, right? A bear eats and eats and eats and eats, and then it goes in and it feeds off of what it has. It doesn't need outside interference. So don't try to influence any situation. Now, if this is you, then you may have an issue with other people trying to do that. Recognize you are fully capable within your own. You don't need outside interference at this time. The owl is telling you, see past the deception, see through the illusions, recognize who's being true and who's being false. Don't allow yourself to be distracted by people who are trying to show themselves to be spiritual teachers that don't have the light in their eyes. There are people that are coming forward that show all kinds of spiritual things on their page, but they're not. I uncovered a silver siren today. Actually, the other day. I knew it was, but I got absolute confirmation today, and this is what there was. They presented themselves as a knowledgeable person with all kinds of spiritual things on their page, but they were not. They were literally energy vampires. They were the Black Widow, the black eyes. So this message was just showing me that. This is actually a good owl here. This one is not allowing them to read them, is the message. Don't let them read you. Okay? So it's about keeping your protection up, shielding energy. Don't let anybody cross your boundaries. Be very firm when you're saying no. Don't be passive aggressive. You don't have to attack people, but make it very clear that you're not putting up with that. You are fully capable of doing everything you set your mind to, and you are worthy of the best. So get yourself grounded. Nature's a really good place for you to be. If you need time to process, take that time. If someone else in your life needs time to process, respect that. And in regards to whatever situation that you're dealing with, don't back down. Don't allow yourself to be distracted. Don't allow somebody to tell you that they're a spiritual teacher and you should do it differently. Listen to your intuition. Don't let people read you so easily. Don't give your information out. That's something that's kind of tricky to learn for people who wear our hearts on our sleeves, right? We want to be open and honest with people, but sometimes people don't deserve that respect because they're not respecting us. So this is about defining who you are, and you need to learn how to say no. My landlord was having a meltdown this morning, and what did he say? It all kinds of chaos, blah blah blah. Wanted information, and it wasn't coming. And I was starting to do our reading, and I said, "I'm sorry, I've already started, and I'll get with you as soon, when I'm done, when I can." And that was a big move for me because I don't generally do that. I usually drop everything, jump up, and do what they want. But it was important that I learned that, and in the end he was fine. He was able to take care of himself, but it would have thrown me off track. See, so a lot of times we end up giving of ourselves, thinking, "Oh, they need us," and no, they're not needing you. They can handle it. Remember, I said there's somebody who is pretending that they can't do this without you, and you've been taking care of them, but they were fine before you came along, and now that you're taking care of them, all of a sudden they need you 24/7. Well, it's like Lily, right? She doesn't eat her food, but when I get distracted and I'm doing something and I don't realize that she's standing there waiting for me, I look over and she's eating her food. She doesn't need all the best. She can have what Liger eats, So people can do for themselves. They don't want to, and if you do it all for them, they won't. But if you don't, they will. So it's all about self-love. It's all about and also when people know what your boundaries are, then they know how to respect you. They don't know how to respect your boundaries if you don't show them, right? So it's a message for both of us, for all of us, for their side and our side. And it's easy to give in. I mean, my cats, demand that I jump up and down. When I was doing the reading, I thought I heard Lily calling, and I jumped up to let her in. And she wasn't even calling me. I'm so used to that I jump. You jump, I say how high. No, I'm done with that. I was led to Archie and the Archie comics. There's Veronica and Betty and Reggie and Archie and Jughead. Now, it's interesting. Reggie and Archie are best friends. Everybody loves Reggie, right? He's the easygoing guy. Archie, everybody loves Archie. Reggie thinks he knows it all, and he thinks he's better than everybody else. Then there's Veronica. She's plastic, beautiful, thinks she knows it all. And then there's Betty, kind of the girl next door, cutesy. They both fight over Archie and Reggie. They want them both. They both want them both. These guys are swingers as far as I'm concerned. It's kind of what they showed in the comics. And what's interesting about these ones is that you would think that that Veronica is the rotten one, right? But in all reality, Veronica was very vain and very selfish, and yet she was honest. That's who she was. Whereas Betty portrayed herself as this sweet little thing, and in all reality, she was the most manipulative one. She knew how to manipulate people. And then there's Reggie. I mean, not Reggie, I'm sorry, Jughead. Jughead is made fun of by Archie and Reggie. Underestimated, very intelligent. He's not really too concerned about girls. He got hurt once, and so he doesn't want to open himself up again. There's a girl that has been crazy about him forever, and he's intrigued by her. He likes what she has, but she was way too throwing herself at him all the time. She needed to learn boundaries, and she needed to learn self-love. So he kind of went on. He loved the attention he got because he got a lot of attention because he wasn't really interested in girls. He was kind of asexual. So because of that, of course, everyone throws themselves at him, right? And he gets burned, he gets played. Veronica and Betty both kind of take a turn with him, and he realizes they're just users. And there's that one that's always been there, right? He's always looking back at this one, but too busy with his projects, and he's a dreamer, and he's kind of he likes to play video games. He's kind of lazy in all reality. So in the end, the Betty and Veronica and Archie and Reggie, they swap back and forth until who knows who marries who. I think in the end, Betty marries Archie, and Veronica marries, no, Betty marries Reggie, and Archie marries Veronica. And I've seen this. This is so funny. And Jughead ends up marrying the girl that was always crazy about him, because I think she stopped chasing him. And I think he maybe might have grown up and realized, wow, you know what? She's got everything I want. All these other ones don't. So it's interesting. People don't know what your boundaries are if you don't show them. If you're going to chase after somebody, you have no self-respect, right? So you show them where you begin and where you end. And if somebody wants something, they'll go there. You don't have to go chase it. Respect your own boundaries. Respect another's personal boundaries. And stay out of the drama. Because who cares what's going on with Betty and Veronica and Archie and Reggie? That's not my scene. That's the whole plastic society, right? They're not awake. Those are the sleepwalkers. So right now, Spirit's saying right now, when you get to the place where you're clear about what it is that you want and where you're going, life gets a lot easier. And when you say no to someone, it doesn't mean you can't, you're not capable of doing it. It's you're choosing not to do it. You're choosing not to do it. And you don't have to feel bad about it. You get to do what you want. This is your life too. So don't be talked into coming to somebody else's demands and let people push you around. Sometimes people do that because it's just easier. It's like a cat that's whining. What would I do? Remember, you guys, you would watch me. I would get up and let her out. Let her in, let her out. Let her in, let her out. Like the guy who never knows what he wants, right? Until you get to the place where you're like, wait a minute. You're driving me nuts. And I get distracted, and I'm focused here. I'm going on my path. So you know what's going to happen the next time you want out? I'm shutting the door. And don't let it slam your ass on the way out. So that's what you need to do. Set your boundary. Say no when you mean no. Don't let anything distract you. Don't let the false sirens tempt you. Jughead got sucked in by these false ones. Oh, the pretty facade, flattery. He liked the attention. He loved the attention. But this one wasn't real. So, be careful of the opportunities that come your way, because they are opportunists. That's what they are. So, right now, when you give in to others' demands for people that can do it themselves, because you're just so used to doing it, it's because you're kind of conditioned that way. It's also because you've grown up maybe that way. You're a people pleaser. You want everyone to like you. You like the attention, Jughead. You want everyone to like you, right? And you, as the one that married Jughead, what was her name? Ethel. She was a pleaser. She wanted to love and nurture everyone. That's what she did. She always loved and nurtured Jughead. She would bake for him, and she would show him things, and she was a loving person. He took advantage of her. He didn't respect her. And so think about that in both ways. One hand, you've got somebody that's demanding and bossing you around, like Archie and Reggie and Veronica and Betty, and you kind of are under their thumb, like they've got you by a collar. And then you've got these ones that feel like they can't do it for themselves, but they're actually just lazy. They don't want to do it, because why should I do it if you do it for me? So recognize that, you know what? You're enabling bad behavior, and you're also exhausting yourself. Start respecting yourself. Say no. It's important. Don't succumb to demands. And somebody that wants to tempt you, recognize what's false and what's real. I mean, come on. You can feel the energy. Start trusting your energy. So once you feel it, you figure this out, you'll be able to establish your limits. You'll be able to know where your boundaries are, and they will too. You'll stay on course, right? And that's your power. That's your own personal power. And that way, the only way that others can intimidate you is if you allow them to. If you look at them and say, they have something that can hurt me. Really? No, they can't. It's only the power that people have is the power that you give them. So come from love, but strong love at this time, right? Strong, not nasty, not aggressive. Just let people feel your energy. My energy speaks for itself, right? You don't have to be nasty. You're just not, remember, we keep saying, not going to that pity party, not packing for that guilt trip, and I'm definitely not going to war. I'm a lover. I don't want to fight. It's too much drama. It's not worth my energy. So this is about protection, creativity, solitude, and healing. I like that. Pray. This would be a good time. Whatever it is that's going on in your life, or maybe you should just say thank you. Maybe you ought to just focus on what's good in your life. Last night when I woke up, somebody needed me. 3:33 in the morning, I wake up, I send them the Reiki healing. I needed to sleep. And I said to Spirit, fill me with healing, peaceful, calm energy so that I can sleep easily. I need my rest. Thank you. I asked for assistance with the Reiki that I sent to the one who needed my help, and sent it out, asked for protection, and then asked for my own peaceful energy. And I said thank you. I like the butterflies around her floral halo. 1, 2, 3, 4 butterflies. See? Angels. There are angels all around you. You're completely guided, protected, and loved. There is no reason for fear. So if in this situation, when you're trying to stand your ground, if you come from a place of fear, recognize there is no reason for fear. They do not have power over you. No one has power over spirit, and you have a connection to spirit. So call upon spirit and recognize, I am open and I am receptive to the power of grace in my life right now. I ask to be shown clear examples of how this energy is operating in my life. So we want to be shown how spirit's energy is operating in our life. Like, make it very clear for me, please. You also want to be shown how these deceptive ones are operating in your life and how they're taking your energy. Spirit said to me, there's too many windows open. Close the windows. The windows to the world. Too many windows open. People looking in, people asking for information, people wanting your energy. Close the windows. Keep only the window open to spirit. Keep your heart open, but keep a protected shield around it. Oh, nice. The fires have gone from Idlewild. Please come visit. Okay, good. That's nice to know. That makes me happy. I've been praying a lot for these fires. So that's that. I'm going to say thank you for answering and helping the fires recede. I know they're not completely gone, but prayers are answered. At 32 minutes and 32 seconds in, we go to the New Zealand penny. There's a bird on the back of that too. It's an interesting little bird. I was trying to figure out what this was. This Queen Mother who's lost her crystal. She's lost her diamond. This Queen Mother from New Zealand. The bird is called... I have to look it up because I can't say the name because it's an odd name. The bird is... Wow, I've done a lot of work today. The bird is called a tui bird. Tui bird. I don't know if they have a tui totem. It's actually a black bird with... It's almost like it's got iridescent colors on the wings, and I found something about it just by looking at that bird itself. So let me see. The tui bird, the messengers of the gods and goddesses, and it's got a beautiful song, apparently. It chatters all day. They're very communicative with each other. And when you look at them, like I said, at first they're black. They're all black. But when you see in the sunlight, they've got beautiful colors. Green and a reddish brown that stands out in the light. So when you look at something, it may look dark at first, but there's actually a beautiful color underneath. So remember, don't judge a book by its cover. It's called the parson bird, because it resembled that it had a parson's collar around it. So they're chatterboxes, confident, very protective of their young and each other. If they feel threatened, they mob together to scare away the intruder. They can mimic sounds such as phones or ringing or dogs barking, as well as human speech. They're associated with fulfillment, confidence, and spiritual harmony. They're messengers. They're mediums. They communicate. So I'm going to go back to, there's something that I got. I want to show you what they look like. Let me show you. Isn't that beautiful? Look at the one with the green. That's a beautiful bird. So there's small, medium, and large ones. Crazy complicated song. So New Zealand. New Zealand is like the rainforest in one part and more desert in the other. It's really neat. It's similar to Canada on one side and on the other side to California. Isn't that interesting? One side has palm trees, the other side has more of the colder. I would prefer the cooler. What is it that I needed to see about this? The species remain threatened. They're common. They will congregate together. There's a hierarchy. The males are very aggressive, territorial. They're vegetarians, clearly. They sound like parrots, and that's how they can be mimics, which just makes me think that's why they're the medium bird, because a medium, someone speaks through a medium, right? Okay, so someone's speaking through this bird. The Queen Mother who lost her crystal. Okay. You're being helped. You're being assisted. So Spirit's working behind the scenes, even if we don't see it. Right now, this little dolphin, this sea puppy, is helping this little mermaid. The mermaid should be comfortable in the water, but she might be tired right now, which is what I get for me, right? When I get tired and I feel like I'm going to shut down my work for a little while and have a nap. My head's hurting. I did a lot of channeling this morning. So that's a message to us that when we are feeling run down, or when we're feeling like we can't do everything that's in front of us, allow ourselves to relax and allow Spirit to help. We will be helped. Like my landlord was flipping out this morning, and I said, look, it's Mercury retrograde, everything. He's like, it's a disaster, blah, blah, blah. He's getting himself hysterical. And I said, you're not helping yourself. So step away from it, do something else for a while, and then go back to it when you're calmer. And it all worked out. He was just hysterical, right? Now, if I'd allowed him to come in here, I would have had that negative energy on me, and I don't need it right now either. So this is a message for yourself. If you are going through something that's difficult, ask for Spirit's help, and then leave it to them. Even if you don't see immediate results, I mean, give them 5 minutes, you know? They are helping you. That's another message too. If you have already asked for help and still you don't see the results, you are being helped at this time. This is a specific message for you, for the ones specifically who have asked for help and have wondered why they haven't seen it. Not to worry, it's being worked out right now. There are things that you can't do that we can do, Spirit says. And you're going to get signs about that. That's why Spirit says pay attention to the messages that you get, the things that pop up. When Noah was in the ark, they were, the world was flooded and they were in the ark. He would send out, when he would send out periodically a dove. And if the dove came back with a branch, he would know that the waters had receded. If the dove came back empty-handed, they didn't have land yet, right? So he knew it wasn't time yet. When you start getting messages from Spirit, pay attention. You're going to be getting evidence of things coming towards you. Those are your signs that your land is near, right? Or your manifestation, whatever it is that you're working towards. So pay attention to the animal messengers. Pay attention to the songs. Pay attention. Just pay attention. Just stay alert. Your dreams. And hold on to your faith. This is a sign to hold on to your faith. And just stay open. It's actually really beautiful. The waters are very calm. I looked outside today and I saw that, and it stayed that way all day. The waters have been calm all day. Even though my landlord was flipping out, I looked out after he was doing that, and as soon as I turned around, I looked at the water and I said, the water's very calm, but you're not. So you need to calm yourself, because it's your emotional waters that are upset. It's okay. This is beautiful, isn't it? Doesn't that look like mangrove trees? I'd love to go kayaking through here, canoeing through here. However, I don't want to go to Florida because it's humid as hell. And that's where what I see first is that kind of an area. But isn't that pretty? Everyone's going in one direction. I find this interesting, except for that one goose. And that's a sign, because a goose says, okay, if this resonates for you, and it's coming up for a reason, I wouldn't have noticed that. Everybody's going in one direction. Why are you going against the grain? Or maybe you're meant to. Because the goose moves ahead with confidence and bravery. They're brave. There's also a message that something, when Goose Totem shows up, something is about to go off course. You'll get back on course again, but there is something that's about to take a shift to the side. An abrupt change of course possibly will happen. So you may have been thinking everything was going in this direction. I'm just letting you know right now, for this particular sign, since I saw that, whoever chose this, things might abruptly change course, so don't allow it to throw you. It's only temporary. You're going to get back on course again. So that was kind of like what happened with my landlord, right? He got thrown off course. Problems with his computer, it was a disaster, blah, blah, blah. But he figured it out. It wasn't long, and he got back on course. That's what happened to me this morning, right? Everything was going in this direction, and I got all this information, and I got distracted, and I got thrown off course, and I thought, nope, I'm getting myself back on course. I listened to the guidance that I got and chose to redo my reading. So there's a message for you as well. Also, the goose is telling you, remember your roots. Who are the roots of these trees? Honor the people that have helped you. You haven't gotten anywhere all by yourself. So our first message was pray. The first, I would say, and what came to me was thanks. And it also says something really amazing is about to happen, so be prepared for something really good. And right when I said that, all of the wind started moving the wind chimes. So that is the confirmation that something really wonderful is about to happen. So say to yourself, something really good is going to happen today. And it may not be today. Also, the goose is telling you, you need to communicate your needs to other people. Nobody can help you if you don't speak up. Now, my landlord said, I need your help, right? So I talked with him afterwards. But we need to learn that. We need to learn that. Don't expect people to read your mind. And also, if people are respecting your boundaries, they're going to wait for you to ask them, right? Hello, Black Panther. So follow your passion. That's funny. This panther has come up recently again. Here she is, or he, right? So the panther's speaking here. So maybe you are the one that needs to speak. You're up in the trees, but you need to speak. You need to go after your passion. Follow your passion. You're capable. Look at you hanging onto that tree. I was thinking of Lily. Lily's not able to jump. She doesn't have the ability to, because she has no claws. But you do. You're sure-footed. So the panther is also the symbol of the moon and the feminine energy and the astral travel. I love the panther. It's one of my main totems. Very protective, very courageous, very powerful, very fierce. But again, this is a symbol of death and rebirth. This Queen Mother lost their crystal. I feel like someone's lost a child. They've lost someone. But in this instance, the crystal's not gone. It's not being held as part of this string. It's not stuck to you anymore. It's on its own. I like that. It's almost like a timepiece, right? And it was like time for that one to go on its own. And there you are. Because right then, the owl popped up for me. That's interesting. So, the Panther wants you to reclaim your personal power. Know the darkness in your world. Look into it. You're very intuitive. They do this also when they're feeling out a situation, when they're trying to sense things. That's how cats do that, right? So right now you're maybe trying to find your footing. You're feeling things out, and they're asking for you to reclaim your own power, just like this one did. Go out on your own. You don't need to hold on to that any longer. The Spirit's saying it's time to release your passion, your dreams, your desires. It's about beginning a new chapter. We keep getting new chapter. I mean, something has definitely ended and it's time to move forward, right? It's a gateway. So Spirit wants you to expand yourself, get rid of the fear, and recognize that you are absolutely guided and protected. Remember who you are. Remember the energy of the Panther. They want you to work through whatever fears are coming up, whatever darkness is coming up. We have to do that in order to move ourselves through. Panthers are solitary. They listen very well. But they don't share very much. They only share enough. They always leave people wanting more. So, if you're a Panther woman, you'll most likely raise your children alone. I did. When the Panther shows up, it's about awakening your inner self, tapping into your talents, your gifts. It's about resolving old wounds and healing. Because once the healing has taken place, like this broken one, once the healing has taken place, you have reclaimed your power. The Panther shows up as a teacher, a mentor. They have secrets. They hold secrets. Anything that comes from the dark. And they hold the truth. That Panther holds the truth. They're very, very sensitive, as I said. They sense through their whiskers, just like a cat. They sense, but also along their body. They pick up vibration. They are able to read vibration and their feelings. Like I said, I'm feeling my way through. This could be about resolving sexual issues in your life or embracing your sexuality completely, because the Panther is all about sexuality. So questions you could ask yourself: what does my shadow want me to know? What am I allowing to hinder myself? What passions in my life are hindering what I really should be doing? Am I on the right spiritual path? Are there desires that I have that I am stuffing that I need to allow out? Am I allowing others' needs to be placed before mine to the point where I'm not taking care of myself? Do I realize what I'm doing emotionally and physically? Am I being over defensive? Am I being overprotective? Why? What's wrong? While the Panther can be a symbol of the protector, it's also a symbol of the enemy. So they can protect you or harm you. This is in dream time. Take a look at the qualities that you are seeing in order to understand that. If you're a woman, the Panther shows up in a dream. It's reminding you, you have all of these things within you. Recognize that. Are you embodying that beauty and grace, power and strength and courage? Hell yeah. Here's an affirmation for you. Panther, let me know your silent wisdom. As my perception expands, I will find a wealth of insight. Woo. So what is your passion? What is it that you wish to go after? What is it that you have not been going after? What is it that you would love to do that you have never done? Right now, you've done pretty well for yourself, no matter the twists and turns in your life. But spirit and your soul is itching for something. You know it. You know it. You want it. It's easier, like Jughead, and safer to deny it and just be lazy. But right now, you need to go after something. Right now, there's something about safety and survival that you're going to have to move forward, and it's going to show you who you really are and what you're made of. So whatever questions you have that you can't answer, let them go. Like I said to my landlord, let it go. Don't focus on that. They literally want you to embrace what turns you on. Don't push away what your soul's been longing for. Embrace what turns you on. I like that. I've been missing singing, right? I wanted to, so I've gone out. I've gone looking for it. I went, sang at the Canyon Cowboy the other night. 4 songs. I went last week. I'm going to call Scott and see if we want to go out. I miss the music, so I'm not going to wait for it to come to me. I'm going to go get it, right? So that's a passion of mine. I love it. And so by doing that, I'm honoring my own self. I'm doing what I love for me. So don't worry. Whatever your passion is, say your work, this is my passion for my work, right? I don't worry about what needs to happen afterwards. Everything will take care of itself when I follow my true life's purpose. The color yellow that's around this is the color of the solar plexus. I am capable of doing anything I set my mind to, and I am worthy of it. I deserve the best. So whatever it is that your body is wanting, your soul is wanting, your mind is craving, what's coming from a positive, but it's just pulling at you. You want it, you know it. Trust it, express it, do it. And if you can't do it all at once, that's fine. A little at a time, right? I got to sing 3 songs. That was cool. Felt great. I went in there. I literally was only there for about a half an hour. I stayed there long enough to sing my songs, and I was out. It's what I wanted to do. I wanted a friend, right? Called in my soulmate. Scott showed up. Went out, had fun. I feel like it again, I'll call again. I'm not going to wait for it to come to me, right? Don't worry about how it looks to other people or whatever it is that you like, what you want to do. If you like it, if you want to do it, it's yours. You don't need anybody else's approval. Because I don't know about you, but my life's half over. I'm not going to sit around and wait. You know? I'm going to live my life. I'm going to live it in the most beautiful, exciting way that I can. And you're being encouraged to do the same. Surprise! Yay! Check it out. She's like, what? There's a rainbow. It's a golden rainbow. That's interesting. It's also a new moon wish. Whatever you wished, there's a wish coming to you. How exciting. Keep an open mind. The influence of grace is often found in unexpected places. It always is. When you go looking for it, you don't find it. You know, I'm not talking about what you want to go after. But I mean, if you've got a wish, and like I said, I'm not going to go chase it down. I'm not going to go look for something that I'm trying to draw into my life that way. I'm going to let the universe surprise me. And it's interesting. It's like I keep asking for my turquoise, and I haven't found it yet. But it's like the best things show up when you're not expecting them. Right? Allow yourself to be surprised. I love the color of this. It's like a baby blue, soft blue. I love that. And this white, but it's not like white, like bold, glaring white. It's like a soft white. The color that I want to paint my Chase Lounge. And this is the color of my cushion. It's comfortable and soft. Isn't that awesome? I love that. So keep an open mind. Yay. Okay, at 54 minutes, we go to My Heart is in the Woods. On a string of rainbow balls. That's too bad. My heart is in the woods, hung up on a string of rainbow balls. Okay. Synchronicity. Your prayers and questions are being answered by synchronistic events. Notice them in order to increase their flow. Well, clearly, that's what I was saying. Nobody can account for synchronicity like spirit, and nobody can line it up like spirit. The things that come are just, that's the surprise part. That's the parts that are so fun. If you follow your passion and just do what your life, you live your life, like, right, I want to go singing or whatever, I want to go dancing, you know, whatever you do, spirit knows what you're going to do, and they line things up to meet you. So you just go live your life. You could do your thing. And when you do that, surprises come. Allow Spirit to align the synchronistic events up. That is how your prayers and questions are being answered. So, as I said, notice what you get. I'm looking at this. It just popped up on Facebook. Look at this puppy. Hold on. I want to start this again. Look at mine. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. I want to see what that was. It looks like a panda bear and a Maltese. Isn't that funny? A panda bear and a Maltese. I saw that. So I'm looking at a white dog that looks like a bear. A bear dog. An Akita. Isn't that what they call the bear dog? Akita. Bear dog? Hold on. A bear dog. Dog is best friend, loyalty, friendship. Bear, state of California, hibernation, introspection, protection. Yes, it is. It's Akita the bear dog. Okay. And remember, anytime you see anything Japanese, that's your kitsune, right? Your best friend? Well, Akita is a Japanese dog. So I saw my best friend. That's funny. So let's see if we have a message from that. It might be too specific, which then you would have to take the characteristics of both of the animals, right? Would be the dog, which is unconditional love, protection, friendship, loyalty. The bear, as I said, introspection, boundaries, protection, meditation. Hold on, dog breed. I don't know if Akita will show up. We have a few of them that they specify, but not every one of them. I'm very, very tired right now. It's interesting. I wonder whose energy I'm feeling. Might be just mine. I don't think so, though. I think what I'm feeling is a dream. I have a dream coming on. I get this really interesting feeling when I have a dream. Somebody's trying to communicate something to me. So I don't think that they're going to show me a bear dog. So that's enough information that you needed to know about the bear dog, I guess. But pay attention to things like that. That's how I pay attention, right? I looked up, I saw that, and I thought, I see two different things. I see a bear and I see a dog. And he's in a box. He prefers a box. He's comfortable. He's friendly. Interesting. And then what came right afterward is a dog found as a stray, just came in, very thin, been missing family for a long time, has received immediate medical care, no collar, no chips. Poor little thing, but they've been taken in, so that's good. Okay, so those two things came up for that. So, accept your follies and find the teaching in them. Okay, so we've made mistakes about certain things. And the sooner we can learn to laugh at them, the better we are. Wow, I just saw this and I realized I was so wrong. That's okay. You figured it out. Don't beat yourself up over it. Use that. That was a lesson. Also, the coyote is a trickster. Beware of the coyote. They're wise, but they're a fool. Remember the roadrunner and coyote, the wily coyote? They're wily, yeah, but that coyote got the worst end of the stick, right? Because the bird was a fast runner. They were smart. So, find the lesson. Which part of this jumps out at you? Is there a coyote that is trying to pull one over on you? Don't be the fool. Be wise. Are you someone who's done something that you're embarrassed about? Maybe recently even, maybe you're ashamed. Stop beating yourself up. we have to forgive ourselves. We can't continue to beat ourselves up. We should be sorry. We should apologize. We should make amends if we have hurt another. But we all fuck up, right? All of us. We're all human. We're all imperfect. Imperfectly perfect, right? And sometimes we do things that in an innocent way. Maybe innocently we really thought this, and then we respond in a way that maybe we shouldn't have. That's the child inside of us. We all have a hurt inner child, right? Sometimes we speak from our inner child. Past conditioning. So we have to love ourselves about that, because if we have done something, we have to ask, why did that happen? Why did I respond that way? Why did I act that way? What part of me is needing love? What part of me is hurting? I need to look at that. I deserve to love that part of me. And then I forgive myself in that way, and I will make amends. But right now someone's saying, there's something that you've been carrying and it's too heavy for you to carry. So you have to learn to laugh at your mistakes. Move on. It's okay. No one's looking at you. Everybody thinks everyone's looking at me. No, they're not. They're all worried about themselves. They really are. And if somebody does laugh at you, that's good, because then they've shown themselves who they are, and that's a very clear sign of who you don't want in your life. So it's like, thanks. Thanks for showing me who you were. So right now, practice good soul care. The quality of our outer life is always dependent on the quality of our care we give to our soul, which is what I'm going to do. I'm going to give myself a rest. Relax, right? We've had a lot of really frenetic energy. This mermaid is taking care of herself. I take my clothes off. I go to sleep with the fan on. It feels good. That's what I'm going to do. Look at these colors. Again, it's peaceful. This is good. So maybe you've been going after your passion. You've been working, right? Now you got to find your balance. Maybe you've messed up. Maybe you've needed to retreat, right? Maybe it's time for you to go into hibernation and kind of think things over and figure out where you want to go. But right now, don't think that there's anything negative about taking care of yourself. You must take care of yourself. You know, help anyone else if you don't. And we're talking about quality. Quality. Feed yourself quality food. Give yourself quality care, rest. Keep yourself around quality people. You deserve it. Don't be around these tricksters, right? Go after your passion, but make sure that you are protective of yourself and that your boundaries are secure. Realize that you are being helped. You're not on your own. Pay attention to the synchronicities that come your way. And recognize that Spirit has always got magic for us, even when we feel we don't. So at 1 hour and 2 minutes, I can't get over how long these go on, we come to the Rainforest Jasper, which I love, and the puka shells. This entire necklace is about love. It draws love towards you, all of it. This is beautiful. I got this at a thrift store. I got every one of these necklaces at a thrift store, actually. This I got in Sedona, where I used to live up in Wilson Canyon. I love this. I mean, look at the work in it. It's beautiful. And this one I got at Savers for like $1. This one I got at Savers, $4. This one I got at Ritzy Rags for $6. I got it because I thought it was a Canadian thing. I don't usually wear bling bling kind of stuff. That's not really my scene. So I haven't actually, I think I've worn it maybe once. This is more my speed. So Rainforest Jasper, which is where I want to be, in the rainforest, right? Puka shells, calming, connecting to your feminine energy, your intuitive energy, your loving energy. Rhodonite is a love stone, soulmate stone. Amethyst, calming, protective, peaceful. Hey gorgeous, what was so-and-so's last name? How funny. Check this out. Hey gorgeous, what was so-and-so's last name? The girl I dated before I met you. I don't even know who he's talking about. That's so funny. So many people in my past coming into my life right now. It's hysterical. Okay, make a wish. Oh my God, you guys. How cool is this? I mean, look at the colors. Again, you've got to notice the colors. Look at the colors. That's the rainforest, right? Look at the rhodonite. All around the edge, the love. And the white with the unicorn and the white puffy clouds. I want to be in the rainforest. Make a wish. I want to be in the forest. I want to love in the forest. That's what this is. This is all about drawing love towards you. So make a wish. This is a magical moment. So let's just do it. Let's just feel that energy right now. Let's feel the energy right now. I'm just kind of letting it move through me right now. Look at her reaching out and touching. You know what? I like that. Reach out and touch someone. Remember, wasn't that a phone commercial? Reach out and touch someone. I know it was. That was a long time ago. So Spirit's encouraging you to do that. Reach out and touch someone. Somebody just did to me, right? I met him such a long time ago. AT&T, reach out and touch someone. She's touching his psychic antennae, so you can connect with someone energetically, spiritually, psychically right now. This one's in the forest. He doesn't have any Wi-Fi. He sees his reflection and your reflection. You guys are mirrors. So reach out energetically and send your love. People will get that. I like that. So make sure that what you're wishing for is what you want, because you got to be careful of the wishes you make. Sometimes people want something they can't have, right? And then when they get it, they don't want it. So make sure that when you make a wish, it's really something that you're prepared for, right? That you're all in for, because it isn't fair if you make a wish for something, and what if it involves another person? And then the wish comes true and you're like, no thanks. That's how people get hurt, right? So close your eyes, feel, pay attention to what it is. All the different things that you would wish for. And you don't have to be critiquing yourself or worried about being selfish. You're being asked to make a wish. It can be anything. Ask for help with what would be best in creating this. What can I do to bring this wish about? How can I help? Because we're co-creators, right? So if we're making a wish and there's a lot of energy around it, I want to make this wish come true for me. So then how can I do that? How can I help you, Spirit? This isn't the message that says, get out of your way, we're handling it, right? This is the one that says, you need to take action to co-create this wish. So what I got was reach out and touch someone. Well, I got, this one doesn't have Wi-Fi, so energetically I reach out and I touch that one. I send my energy. If you're capable of reaching out and touching someone in a different way, do so. Whatever Spirit thinks that you need to do to help you, follow that guidance. You might get it. Like I said, I'm going to have a dream come. I'm feeling a dream. So pay attention to your dreams, your daydreams, your visions, the words that pop up, the signs, the messages, things that I might have said. Anything that you get like chills or a flush, you know what that means for you. And then say, Spirit, thank you. Thank you for bringing me my wish. Thank you for bringing me my wish. Are you wishing for material assistance? That's something that's we all need. We all have to pay our bills in this world. There's nothing wrong with asking for financial support. The Spirit says you're provided for in every way. It doesn't have to be just financial. It could be spiritual, sexual, emotional, mental, right? We could get knowledge, information, connections, friends, singing. Don't think that you don't have the ability. Don't say, I don't have this. Instead of saying the word don't, resist saying something in the negative form. Spin it in a positive, in an appreciative, as if it were here, or thank you for bringing me. Otherwise, you're sending out negative energy. So, if you have a lot, be generous, be kind, willingly. But don't do anything from guilt, or please don't do anything for under obligation or guilt. It's such a negative energy. It really, really is. Don't be that one that gives and says, well, I did this and I did that. And, don't give to receive. It's got to come from your heart. The Spirit gives to us all the time. The beauty, the animals, fruit, vegetables, rain, warmth, right? It gives all the time. So be unconditionally a giving person, but not to the place where it depletes you. and only from a place of where it feels good. You don't want to be a martyr, and you don't want to do it in order to get somebody's approval or their attention. Remember, this one just wants attention. You don't want that. That's hollow. It's a hollow victory. So be very appreciative of everything that Spirit provides us, and be satisfied with what you have. I've always gotten the message in my head, love where you are until you get where you're going. It's very different than love the one you're with. That is not what Spirit says. So if you come from a generous, good-natured place, that's the kind of energy people want to be around. And then you draw all kinds of things towards you in a positive way, right? Your family, your friends, the outside community. And when you are that kind of a person, then the world wants to help you. When you help, the world wants to help you. It's about surrender, sacrifice, generosity, gratitude. We don't want to be a martyr, right? Sometimes we do sacrifice ourselves to give to another, but that must come from a place of complete understanding and absolute unconditional, with not expecting anything back. If you know somebody who is destitute, they have nothing, they can't repay you, and you can help, don't give to them and expect them to give you back. Just give. Because if they had the money, they would take care of themselves, but they don't. But don't also feel that it's your responsibility to take care of somebody. Because a lot of times people are in that position because of their own actions, and they need to face their own karma. There are other, it's not just karma, but it's lessons that they need to learn. Don't be an enabler, right? So you're not helping anybody by enabling them. Like Lily, she knows how to eat, she can do it herself. Let her do it. It helps her. It's like a child. You know, if you constantly held a child's hand and you didn't let them walk on their own, they're going to stumble and they're going to really be hurt. Don't coddle and shelter your friends, family, loved ones. It doesn't even have to be a child. Don't be an enabler. You're not helping anyone, and you're putting more pressure on yourself than necessary. Recognize whatever you need, Spirit's got you covered. But you need to ask them for help. Choice. We always have a choice. Look at the colors. Look at the colors. Wow. So look at the color. The blue, the rose, the darker violet color, and the light. Wow. So this one is pouring out her cistern. So this is what we're talking about. Is this well empty, or is it full and you're generously giving? Make sure that when you give, you have enough for yourself. You give from your overflow. Don't give from the little that you have. Give from your overflow. We are not meant to deplete ourselves. We can't do that, because then we become them. We become someone that others need to help. We need to take care of ourselves. So give from your overflow, and then you can give in a generous way. You're not going without yourself. If you're somebody that needs assistance, needs help, don't be too proud to ask. Don't be too proud to reach out to friends or family. We always have a choice in which way we do it. Don't be obligated. Don't feel pressured, right? This would be a cup. I'm pouring out my cup of love where I choose to, not because I feel like I need your attention, or I want this to get that. I'll give you this to get that. Or it'll promote me higher in the business. Or, you know what I mean? Don't network. Come from sincerity. For every action, there is a reaction. Choose wisely. Where do you choose to pour your love? Where do you choose to pour your energy? Be very careful where it goes, and make sure that it's a worthy place. That's it, you guys. 1 hour and 14 minutes. We're at a wrap. I'm tired. I'm going to go have a dream. I love you.